Hi, this is Ted and welcome to Valley of the Dolly. So recently I went to Seville, Spain, and I found it an absolutely gorgeous location. This is my first time in Seville and really my second time experiencing Spain. I went to Barcelona the first time, which was absolutely gorgeous. And it ironically kind of reminded me a lot of Miami Beach. It has that kind of weather, those beautiful coastlines, a lot of tourists, a really hot destination for Europeans coming over to visit America is Miami, and it's kind of the same thing. Flip it around, there are a lot of Americans who, when they go to Spain for the first time, they want to either go to Madrid or they want to go to Barcelona. For a second trip, I thought Seville was an amazing opportunity to experience a really old historic city, but it has a lot to offer as well. You'll find that Spain has over 6 million immigrants and expats who call Spain home, and that is 10 to 15% of the total population of Spain. It's a very popular destination for European expats and also expats and immigrants coming in from South America and Central America. And part of that, I'm sure, is due to the language. That they share Spanish. And in the United States, Spanish is also the second most popular foreign language. So there's a reason why you'll find a lot of Americans who are interested in living in Spain as well, because that makes it much easier to navigate and adapt to a place because you already have some knowledge of that as a second language. If you look at what the expat population, of course, there are a lot of British there. So the study that I found said there was something like 268,000 British people living in Spain. But some estimates have placed that closer to almost 1 million people, which is quite a lot and far larger than what I could find for any other European group. Moroccan have, I believe, almost 1 million immigrants and expats living in Spain as well. So you see very popular multitude of locations who have found Spain a destination to enjoy. So why Seville? Well, it was very interesting to find out that Seville recently got rid of their wealth tax. They're only the second province in Spain to do so. So Madrid is the first one. You find if you're in Madrid, you can avoid that wealth tax. So there was a reason why some people were choosing Madrid as their residence because they wanted to forgo that tax. If you live in Seville and if you are a resident, of course, this tax, I believe, is on the full value of your wealth. If you are a non-resident who buys a second home in Andalusia, the province where Seville is located, then you would forgo the wealth tax on your Spanish assets. So this is something, again, I'm not a tax expert. You would definitely need to do your own research before you made such a large investment and truly understand exactly what the requirements might be as far as property taxes, income taxes, etc., so that you're not blindsided by something before you make that decision. So in the article, it mentions this reduces the amount of tax paid by expats on their properties. The new policy is likely to make Andalusia attractive to foreigners wanting to make a second home in Spain. And that is exactly the quote also that we get from the regional president of Andalusia, where he said, "What do we gain from it? Attract investment and increase the number of taxpayers and collection. The objective, more activity, more employment, and more public services." So I will just say it again. Obviously, you need to do your research before you check into a location like Spain. I also found this really great site, and this is livingcost.org. And in livingcost.org, they broke down exactly what the cost of living in Lisbon and living in Seville is. And if you look at this same site, it will tell you that Portugal overall is less expensive than living in Spain. I think it's by 13%, according to what they calculate, 14% less expensive. But if you look at the cost of living in Seville versus living in Lisbon, it's pretty dramatic. They're saying that it's 30% less expensive to live in Seville than it is to live in Lisbon. So yes, if you are a US resident, you may not have NHR in Spain. I don't know exactly what you would find the tax differences between the two countries to be. If you tried to calculate it out, I haven't. But it does tell you if it's 30% less to live in Seville and you have to live inside the city, one or the other, you're going to find that Seville is significantly less expensive than Lisbon. And there are two potential visas that an American or somebody who's outside the EU could look at to come into Spain. One is a non-lucrative visa. And if you're coming in on something that's kind of referred to as a retirement visa, in this particular case, you would have to have over 31,000 US dollars worth of income that you could validate. You would not be able to work inside the country of Spain. And you would have to show that you have your own healthcare, private healthcare, and also pass a police background check. The second option is if you want to work and you work for, say, a US company that you've set up yourself, or you work for a company outside of Spain, you can come as a digital nomad. Obviously, your income is coming in from outside the country then. And again, you have to show that you have at least 31,000 US dollars in income. And also, you again will have to have private insurance, but you can get an initial year for that digital nomad visa, and then you can have that renewed for 3 years again, I believe, after that. And with both of these visas, after 10 years, I believe you can apply for some kind of citizenship. Spain, for example, with the United States, does not allow dual citizenship. And I've heard some people reporting saying, well, you just go ahead and do it anyways. I'm not sure that that's really advisable. And this is a large city with all of the shopping, tourist destinations, restaurants, and lifestyle that most people would find appealing about living inside of a very old but well-organized European city. This is Ted at Valley of the Dolly. I look forward to talking with you again soon. Thanks. Bye.